My soil fam, this is Kay of Kayreneesgarden. We are out in the garden this morning. I wasn't able to go live, but I thought I'd go ahead and do a video just to share what's going on out here and what I'm doing. So I do have, remember I had the ginger over here. I haven't really been out here. It's been a really busy week other than to water and stuff like that. But I do see some of the ginger plants that are kind of like leaning over. So I'm going to start pulling those and see what we get. Everything is still, I still have a full garden, you guys, except for what's going on around this chicken coop over here. I did pull all those dead marigolds out. I didn't really know if I should pull the echinacea out, because the last time I just left it and it ended up coming back because it is a perennial. So I left that. Those collard trees over here, they are doing really good. They're starting to come in. The foliage is looking really nice on that one. You see those little leaves are coming in along that stalk. So they're still doing really good. The cutting that I put in there, it's not doing so good. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to pull that out. I still need to cut the ones that I wanted to cut off on these collard trees. I'm telling you, nothing has gotten done. I have not gotten anything done out here in this garden. These tomato plants are still looking pretty good. As you can see, there's still tomatoes coming in. So and it's a lot more tomatoes than I saw before, so a lot of flowers and stuff like that. So we're just going to leave those and let those finish up. There's still quite a few tomatoes down at the bottom on this plant as well, so we're going to leave those tomato plants alone. But these jokers here got to come out. It has cooled off enough to where I don't need this to shade anything, so I'm gonna go ahead and just cut those down because that looks terrible. I'm ready for it to go. I was thinking about dropping some zinnia seeds in those spots right there, because zinnias are so beautiful once they get going. So hold on, you guys, because I have this this wired mic attached to me. So hold on just a second. I'll be right back. All right, fam, so I got my snipper, so I'm going to go ahead and start cutting those out, get them out of my garden, and then I'll have to come back and work the little soil in those cinder blocks and add more soil in there and drop me some zinnia seeds. There's also a ton of weeds in those cinder blocks, so I have to get that moving as well. Just putting that over in my little wheelbarrow. Got to get all these weeds out of there. And then I'm gonna go get me a little hand shovel and try to get the stalk out of that soil as well. So hold on, fam, let me go get my shovel. All right, so I got my hand shovel, getting ready to get to it, y'all. So now I gotta find me some soil to put in there. I'm gonna add some more nutrients in and get some zinnia seeds planted. But first I need to tie up this this part of the tomato plant. I'm like, poor thing, where are you gonna go? Guess I could just put it right there. So let me go get a little tie, a little garden tie, and I'm gonna just put it right there. I thought I had some along the fence. I usually keep some attached to the fence in case I'm needing to do that. So let me walk around and see first. Nope, I am out, y'all. I am out. All right, so I'm gonna walk over here. These little girls are out here sunbathing. I use these little Velcro ties. I love these because they are reusable. So I'm just gonna cut me a little piece. And then I'm gonna go ahead and tie up that little tomato plant. All right, let's make our way back over. It is so much work to be done out here, I am telling you. You see the trees were pruned down, so we're still working on that. It's still a lot. This was like 4 truckloads. That tree was almost all the way to the top of that pole up there. Uh-oh, sorry about that, y'all. Tilted you back too far. So, yeah, that's still being cleaned up. But do you guys see what I see? Do you guys see a space in between those trees? Do you see that? So you know what that means. And then also my cherry tree got broken in the midst of it. I was so sad. But it was just a limb. It'll be all right. This one most likely is going to come out this weekend. That rose, that's going to come out. So it's going to come down so I could put a fruit tree right there. And I may pull that rose bush out as well. So put some fruit trees over there. So that'll be 3 fruit trees, 1 there and 2 there. So we shall see, you guys. But there's so much stuff out here that's still being done. So anyway, let me get this tomato plant tied up here, because that poor baby was leaning on the corn. So I'm just gonna tie it right here on top, because this cage is no longer long enough for this, or tall enough for that baby. So just enough for it to do whatever it's doing. There's still some small tomatoes over on that side as well. So the tomatoes are still doing really good. So this tomato plant right here is a lot of pruning to do. Well, not a lot, but it's still some. So I'm cleaning my pruners right now with an alcohol wipe. You don't want to go from plant to plant because you never know what fungus or disease you could be taking from one plant to the other. So since I use these to cut down those old dead corn plants, went ahead and cleaned those off. So I'm just going to prune this up a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see. So it's just these little dead branches. Don't want energy going towards that, so I'll cut those off. Want all the energy going towards those tomatoes. So I'm gonna clean this up really good over here. I'm gonna work this soil just a little bit in these cinder blocks, and then go get some soil so I can add in there, and then I'm gonna drop some zinnia seeds in. All right, fam, so I went and got my my soil. I actually went and got some compost from the bin, and then I have I'm going to add some nutrients to it as well, and then I'm going to drop these zinnia seeds. All right, so I got me some Dr. Earth over here, and got that Dr. Earth all-purpose. Got a little bone meal, and that's what I'm going to drop in there. Dr. Earth. Now I'm going to use this bone meal. Then I'm going to top this off with this compost. I'm going to mix that in first. I love the idea of using these little cinder blocks to garden in. They work so well. I'm just topping these off, you guys. All right, so now I'm gonna drop these zinnia seeds in. This is the cut and come again zinnia. I absolutely love these. These actually get tall, but since they're against this fence, I can always tie them to this fence, or I can get some stakes and trellis them as well. So for germination purposes, I'm going to put a couple of seeds in each one. And this is what the seeds look like. They just look kind of flat. So I'm actually going to do 3. Do the others. Let's see. Using these gloves, it's kind of hard to do it with the gloves, but I gotta have my gloves on, you guys. All right, so I added like 3 to 4 for each one. And then we're gonna move on to the next thing. I have to actually water that. So hold on, let me get my watering can and let me get that done. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this watered, and then we're gonna move on to the next chore. And of course, I will keep you updated. Hopefully nothing eats them up. But zinnias are pretty resilient. They usually will bounce back even if a leaf or two gets eaten up. So we're gonna move on. My neighbors are kind of loud over there, so I'm gonna I'll probably have to mute the sound depending on what they are saying over there. So let me get my garden tools over here because I have to clean them. My super bush tomato plants, they need to be pruned really bad. So the main focus has been on those trees, and it was a lot of work. So because it was so much to be done with those trees, I haven't really been out here focusing on anything because I couldn't get to anything. That's how much stuff was out here, like everywhere. So all right, I think I'm gonna still put these back in here somewhere. Hopefully I didn't mess with the seeds. But anyway, let me close this gate back so I don't forget. All right, now I'm going to move on over. I'm going to come over here and prune these up as well, this basil. But these are looking bad. You see, there's some really nice tomatoes on there. But it's a lot of dead leaves on there as well. So I need to get those taken care of. And then I think I'm going to pull that ginger out of there also. Hopefully you guys can see. Let's see. Move it back a little bit, but not in the sun because we don't want to overheat. So we're just going to cut these branches off. And I told you this is one that this tomato plant is prone to fungus. And so just so you know, going in, if you're doing the super bush, it is prone to fungus. So tackle it, you know, prior to it even getting started and getting fruiting and everything. Just go ahead and tackle it with some type of antifungal. So I'm gonna pull these off. It fared pretty well, but I did deal with a little bit of fungus on this super bush tomato. Just want to get all this off so that the plant is focusing on those tomatoes and not all those dead leaves. So I'm cutting them at an angle because they are prone to fungus. When you cut your tomato plants, you want to cut those stems at an angle so that if water runs over them like morning dew, it doesn't just settle. Get over on this side. All these dead stems are a mess, you guys. That ginger, I'm going to go ahead and pull it out of there because it is time. Let me clean my pruners again. I almost feel like the tomatoes are kind of leaning on there, even though I have it strapped to this canopy at the top. I have it strapped because those tomatoes get heavy. Those are the, you know, although it's a dwarf variety tomato plant, those tomatoes get to be full-size tomatoes. So I'm gonna cut this as well. You see that one, it has a few tomatoes on there, but it has some branches that are dead on there, so I want to cut those off. I want the plant focusing on any of that. Just want to get my couple of little tomatoes. It's only 2 of them on there, but I still want them to continue to grow. So let me take that out of there. All right, cleaning my pruners again. Still some more dead branches on there, but we're gonna leave it alone for now. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tomatoes that are on this plant right now. So, and then 2 little ones right there. So we don't want to shock the whole plant. Just wanted to clean it up some. And then I'm gonna go ahead and try to pull this ginger out. Shovel over here. Yeah, it's kind of leaning on those, but we got us some ginger. I love growing my own ginger. Nothing like fresh ginger, you guys. This is the actual tuber. So it has roots on it. I think I'm going to put it back in there and let it continue. But look at that. And there's still more in there, so I'm going to get that as well. So this one was small, but I'll take it. Here's some more ginger. You guys see that? More ginger. Smells good too. And this is the tuber. It still has some roots on it, so I'm just going to drop it back in there. And there's more ginger. So I'm going to clean it up just a little bit. The ginger that came from this bed here. Love it. It smells so good too. So good. So I'm going to give this the opportunity to cure. I'm going to put it in my little herb dryer in the shed so it has time to cure. And then, ooh, smells good. And then we're going to I'm going to clean all these roots off and all that. And we got us some ginger. Yay! So now I'm just going to take those tubers. I'm going to plant those back in. So the ginger can continue. Uh-oh, I feel another root in here. So it might be more ginger down in there. Let's see. It may just be a root. Yeah, I think it was just a root. Okay. All right, so these are going to go back. That's a tuber, because we want to make sure we get more ginger. So I just drop that back in there, and then I have another tuber here. Pop that one back in also. Just lay it on its side. Cover it up. And you're all set. And now we're going to move on to the next chore, because there's many. And I mean many. I could just leave the ginger in this raised bed over here and let it cure, but I'm afraid something will come over and eat it. I don't know if the critters actually like the smell of ginger, because ginger is kind of strong. but I don't want to take any chances. So I'm going to put it over in the shade, in the shaded part of this bed, just so it can sit, and then I'll make sure to come back and get it, because I definitely don't want to lose that. It takes months to get ginger, and you don't want that to go to waste. Set it right there since that's the shaded area, and we are going to move along. So I'm going to come back over here and prune up some of this this basil, because it's a lot going on here. This is my Italian basil. I would have thought that this thing would have died off already, but it did not. And so I'm going to prune this up a bit. I'm going to move you guys out of the sun because we don't want to overheat. And since that tree is gone, it's a whole lot of sun going on back here now. I'm not doing anything special while I'm pruning this because I know this plant is going to be coming out. So we got that pruned up. I'm going to go ahead and put that in my basket. I'm going to clean that up, and most likely, you guys know me and my basil tea, I'll be making some tea with that. So let me go get my basket, by the way, so I can get that going. All right, got my basket. Go ahead and put that, I can clean that up. Since I've been dealing with these white flies so heavily, I want to get those rinsed off and everything before I take them in my house. All right, you guys, we're moving on to the next chore. I have some mint plants that I need to toss out, but I'm probably not going to do that right now. But I will prune up this basil as well. So these need to be pruned up. And that one is the African blue basil. And then this African blue right here needs to be pruned up as well. I want to kind of keep them bushy and not super tall and leggy. So these beauties keep those pollinators coming in. So although right now I don't really have anything growing that needs, that's flowering, so it's not really a big deal right now. Mostly for me this time of year, it's going to be however long I can keep my tomatoes in, also my collards and kale and stuff like that. So those are not flowering plants, so I'm not really worried about all the pollinators right now. Although I do love to see zinnias and marigolds and all that stuff out in the garden. I do have my eggplant over there that's still producing, and so move my basil out of the sun, put it over in the shade. But yeah, the eggplant is still going, that Tai Long. It's still doing its thing. And I think the Black Beauty is still doing its thing as well. Tai Long that's coming in over there. And then there's a bunch of flowers on here. And what I learned about these is that these are... Uh-oh, my mic is way down here. I hope you guys can still hear me. But what I learned about these is these are perennials. These are eggplants. And so there's a Tai Long, just in case you guys didn't hear me. But I have more like collards, kale, and stuff like that out here than anything else right now, which is pretty much all I eat. And if I can keep my tomatoes going until December or so, that is fine. I usually will grow tomatoes indoors as well. So that helps me out with keeping my tomatoes. I'll just have like a cherry tomato. Put you guys over here. I need to prune up this basil plant as well. So I'm just going to make a bunch of tea. And refrigerate it. So and the bees go crazy for this, and it smells so good. And oh my gosh, as a tea, you guys, it's amazing. But I am trying to keep the bees out here as much as I can, because I do have fruit trees, and so I do want to keep my bees going. I don't want to take, you know, all the pollinators out of here, and then it's nothing for them to go to, because then they'll just leave. So I don't want to trim everything back all the way. I mean, I still have my lavender bush over here that needs to be pruned up as well, so I'm going to prune that up. But I still leave like little flowers on here so that the bees can go and hang out on. So that is it for the basil. So I have a basket full, as you can see. Basket full of basil. And then I have ginger up here as well. So I don't want to pull all the ginger out all at once, but I will start pulling some of it out. Let me close this gate back. Uh-oh, I think I need 2 hands. Hold on, you guys. Say hi, honey. I know she's ready to go inside. She's looking at me like, ma'am, how long are we going to be out here? So anyway, let me check on this ginger here and see what I have going. And it's a lot of ginger in this bed. Uh-oh, I need to fix my gate over here. So let's see. I have some leeks over here as well. They leaning all over. So may as well pull that one out. Got some leeks over here. Go ahead and pull that. That smells good. Let's see what's going on. Oh, the soil is nice and loose and it's moist. Let's see. Oh, those are... Is this ginger? That's leeks. Okay, there's ginger right here. Got some more ginger here. So there's more. Nice. So yeah, I'm gonna have to find me a nice shaded spot so that they can cure. 'Cause this is a lot. Let's see. Okay. And I think this is the tuber, so I'm going to put that back in the soil. So yeah, more ginger. And then I'm going to put this tuber back in. Oh, there's still more down in there. Oh wow, you see that? So there's some ginger. Nice. Okay. All right. I might want to dig down in there and make sure I'm getting all the ginger out, because that just popped right on up. And actually this doesn't feel like a tuber. Usually the tuber is all soggy, but this feels really firm, so I might want to check this soil to make sure I'm getting all the ginger out of there. That little piece, I will still pop it back in there though. This one I will keep. Nice, nice, nice. All right. So this one I'm going to take in the house and use that for something. Gonna make me some tea. All right. So I'm gonna go put this ginger where I have the other ginger. Uh-oh. Let me raise up this tripod. There we go. Just gonna set that in there. And out of the sun. Let's see, let me turn it that way. Sorry, you guys. All right. So put the ginger over there. And then I have some pepper plants that I need to pull out. And then I'm gonna wrap this up. It's so much work out here to be done. There's no way I can get it all done today. I could, but I'd be super exhausted. So I'm just gonna do little by little. So let's head over to those pepper plants. Make sure to put my basket over here in the shade. All right. Let's head on over. I have some pepper plants that aren't really looking that great. And it's like it'll like put out a pepper, but then it stops at a certain point. Like that one needs to be taken off. So let me raise this tripod up all the way. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to take that one off. Let me just cut it. That's the dragonfly. So it's kind of purplish. But these, I need to just go ahead and pull those out. And this Cuban oregano, goodness gracious. Yeah, it's gone berserk over here. So these, I'm just going to go ahead and take them out because they aren't doing anything and they're just taking up space, and we don't have time for that, right? Not producing, you got to go. So see these little ties right here? Just going to strap them to here so when I need them, they are there. All right, take these little stakes out. I'm just going to go ahead and pull that plant out. Last year I let a few of them overwinter, but that one is going. And then I have one back here. It's not doing anything. So I don't know if you guys can see. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm going to take this one out. Take that one out. What did I do with, oh, there it is. Take that plant out. Okay, it was a tiny little pepper. I'll still use the little pepper, even though it's not much of a pepper, but I'll use it. This mint, mint will, die off and come back, so I'm just gonna prune that mint because it's dead looking. prune it all the way back, and then I'm going to water it, and it should be fine. These marigolds right here, I'm just going to cut the ones that are dying off. And as I showed you before, if you open it up, you have seeds. So you can just drop those seeds down in there, however, and some marigolds eventually, they'll come up. So I'm just gonna cut those off, because there are some more pods that are gonna put out flowers, so I don't want the plant focusing on these dead ones. So cut those off. All right, that Cuban oregano, I'll probably come out and get to that later. I do have a jalapeno back here behind this African blue basil. Oh, let's see. All right, pull that one out. Not doing nothing, gotta go. So there's that. So the African blue is free to just spread on out everywhere. This one is gonna come out soon, but I wanted the last of my cherry tomatoes. You see that? There's quite a few cherry tomatoes all over this plant, although I can see that it's gonna be a problem. There are some pepper plants in here, but they're all kind of intertwined with that tomato, so we're gonna leave it alone. But as soon as those tomatoes ripen, I'm gonna go ahead and pull them out. But anyway, I think that's all I'm gonna do today. I still have a whole bunch going out here in this garden. So that's the African blue, the Cuban oregano, the marigold, comfrey, that tomato over there. Oh, I need to pull this one out too. So that's that dragonfly pepper. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and take that one out. And then this weekend I'll go ahead and prune up that oregano, because it is so much. And then I'll see if my neighbors want some. It is a lot. But I do see some little garden surprises in here. That's nasturtium. It's so hard to get rid of nasturtium. Once you plant nasturtium, it just gets lost in the sauce. It's all over the place. And so even though you can till that soil and all that stuff, those doggone seeds will still find a way to germinate. So I'm just gonna leave them alone. I love nasturtium. They are absolutely beautiful. Gives you a nice tropical look. Still a lot of cherry tomatoes on this rosella, as you can see. It's quite a bit. There's some back there. There's some on the side here. So I'm still getting tomatoes. So as long as I have my tomatoes and I have, my stuff for my salad, I'm good. I have my kale, my collards. So I am good as far as the veggies go. The fruit, probably next spring. Let's go check on those apples. The apple tree was doing its thing. Still have my grapefruits back here. It looks like they're ripening, but as you guys know, ooh, that one got really big. It's starting to ripen. I guess I could take them off and just put them on the countertop. But look, the apples are getting bigger. They're still small. You see the little apple there? There's a couple there, and there's more flowers. Oh, it's a few little apples that are starting to come on out. So I'm real happy about the apples. And all these other trees, it'll probably be in the spring sometime. So anyway, you guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I appreciate you guys hanging with me. Please make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Hit the notification bell so that you know when new content has been uploaded. And I will see you guys all in the garden next time.